Hello, everybody. Diabetic here again. This week, the past couple weeks have been nuts. It's been super hot here in Colorado, like Texas hot. Okay, with the little bit of humidity, not like you guys in San Antonio and Austin and things like that. But humidity here is a big deal. We had a little bit, and people are going crazy. But I've been working a lot, doubles for the past 2 weeks, 7 days a week. It has been a little bit crazy, and I finally have a little bit of time to chill out for a second, just waiting on the phone call. Big old lightning just happened right now. But yeah, been working doubles and stuff, and the other morning, I woke up, got a workout in. Even working doubles, I still try to stick to somewhat of a routine. Got a workout in, kind of sitting there, meditate, like doing a little meditation, just sitting there chilling, and got done with that, and I was like, it's the world doing, I ain't seen Facebook in a little bit, whatever. So got on Facebook and started looking at some of the diabetic groups that I joined or whatever on that thing. And I just start seeing like people sitting there going, I don't understand this disease. My sugars were at, 120 or whatever, great fasting blood sugars. And all I had for breakfast was a couple of pancakes. And now my blood sugar is at 377, 380, whatever it was. And I just don't get it. And then I took a bunch of insulin, and then it just dropped down to in the 60s. But I just don't understand why. Okay. There's been plenty of, there was others that was like, I don't get it. My blood sugars have been above 200, almost in the 300s, or if not in the 300s daily. And all I had is like 3 ice cream bars this week. A bunch of pity party stuff. Then, it kind of threw me. Like, I was like, what? Like, you don't see what's going on here? But at the same time, I get it, got me thinking a little bit, kind of did a little deep thinking on this. And what popped into my mind was crutches. Okay. Any of you that know me know that I spent a lot of time on crutches. A lot. What are crutches, you mess up a leg and everything like that. They help you walk around, get around. But they also hold you back. Okay. Crutches, you're not getting anywhere very fast. You're not doing anything very efficiently. And it hurts other things, like your armpits get sore, get rub marks, things like that. Hands get blistered. Well, if you don't do a lot of things with your hands, they get a lot of blisters and things of that nature. They kind of hold you back in that sense. And that's kind of what you're doing to yourself if you're still eating all this stuff. It's a mental crutch. Don't want to give it up. If it was up to me, I'd have cheeseburgers and pizza and enchiladas y chiles rellenos, all kinds of stuff like that every day. Tacos, Descada tacos. God, I miss those. And I kept scrolling through, and then I saw more things like I don't understand this disease. My blood sugar's been above 250 in the 300s for the past 2 weeks, and I don't get it. I only have one ice cream bar a day. I take 15 units of insulin, then it spikes up. Then I turn around and take a lot more insulin to bring it back down. Then it goes down to 60. Then I eat something else and it goes back up again. You know, and then you keep reading on. And it's a lot of this. Finger point. Sitting there pointing fingers at their doctors, the insulin company, the pump companies, sensors, all this mess. Pointing fingers at this, but yet they're posting all this stuff that they're eating, that they're eating, you know? It's like, part of the problem with all this, for me anyways, my personal opinion, is we don't hold ourselves accountable for hardly anything anymore. Okay? It's a big deal. You know, you gotta, like, when I went into DKA, when I had my seizure, first thing that popped into my mind when I got coherent enough to think about it was, how can I prevent this from happening again? How can I prevent this from happening again? Sometimes you got to take that finger, turn it around and point it at you and think, what do I need to do? Me, for instance, seizure happened. Oh, guess this is pretty serious. Guess I better take better care of myself. I guess I better start trying to figure out diets, nutrition label reading. I had the exercise thing, you know, halfway decent for motocross really, but then I've changed it up for a few years, but that's neither here nor there. But I figured out ways to take care of myself a little bit better. Seizures happen when it goes low. Start carrying around glucose tablets and glucose check. Perfect. Great. DKA happened. Why? Like I said before, cannula kinked, pump broke. That's the two things that I've been in the hospital for because of this. How could I have prevented that though? See, instead of going like this, I went like this right away. How could I have prevented that? Started carrying around extra cannulas, carrying around extra sensors, carrying around extra inserters to insert these things, carrying around extra tubing, carrying around backup insulin, injection pens with needles, carry around a backup glucometer. Everywhere I go, carry that stuff around. Why? I don't want to go through that again. That was a bad deal. You know, things happen with this disease. Like I always say, you're going to have highs, you're going to have lows. Okay? But if you're constantly doing this whole, like I say, riding the wave, up and down and up and down. It goes really high, you take a bunch of insulin, you dive down really low, take a bunch of sugars, carbs, go back, you know. It's riding a wave, roller coaster, you know, you're in a wave pool. I'm not saying that it wasn't because of this thing happening that made you go this way or up or down or whatever the case. But what I am saying is there are ways that you can prevent it from happening again. And the only way for you to see that is one, talking to people, talking to your doctor, listening to people who have been through it, and holding yourself accountable. You got to hold yourself accountable for what's going on, because no one's going to hold your hand through this. Quit waiting for that special supplement, that special pill. You know, I see people post things online about this stuff, and right away there's somebody from Uganda commenting on it saying, hey, I got this supplement that I got completely off because of this supplement. Excuse me. But thing is, you know, type 2 diabetics, it can't happen. I've seen it happen a few times. Pre-diabetics, I've seen it happen a whole bunch. Type 1 diabetes, you're stuck. It's here. It's just the way it is. What I always tell people that say, well, my body stopped here, or my sugars, they just ride right at 200, things like that. Or I feel bad when my sugars get to the right levels. Well, the reason why you feel bad is because your body is so used to you having your sugars so high all the time that when it does go at the right levels and hangs out there, your body is craving that. It wants it. It needs it because it's so used to being here. You got to train your body to get to here where you need to be. It's just like, and then working out and stuff, dieting and everything like that. There comes a point where your body is always going to get used to what you're doing and just plateau. Okay? It's going to plateau. So when it plateaus, what's the key to that? Change it up a little bit. Figure it out. If you're plateauing at 180 blood sugar all the time, not too bad. But it can be lower. So look at other things that you could take out of your diet to make it better. If you have certain goals with working out or whatever the case, like I recently changed up my workout a little bit, try to confuse my body, get the building coming back and everything like that. Got to change it up every once in a while. Your body gets used to what you're doing daily and it'll plateau. It's just the way it is. But if you're not holding yourself accountable, if you're sitting there just trying to point fingers at other reasons why, sometimes there's legitimate things that are the reasons why. And sometimes there are legitimate things as why it's a part of the reason, not the full reason. Like, I don't blame my pump for sending me a DKA. It broke. It's a man-made thing. My fault for not bringing it back up insulin. My fault for not being prepared and being out of the house and not close to all this backup stuff that I got. So guys, hold yourself accountable. Do your research. Talk to your doctors. Talk to people that have been through this stuff. If you need to reach out to me, Messenger is always great. Down for that. A couple of people have. That's awesome. If you have any questions about certain diets and things like that, I'm fixing to do some videos on diets and workouts and things like that, benefits and other things that aren't so beneficial and things like that. But if you have any questions about stuff of my opinion on things, feel free to reach out. The main thing is you got to hold yourself accountable for what you're doing. Okay? I have my treats. Like this evening, my dinner was, I was out running trouble. Dinner was Burger King. Of course, it was my first cheat meal in 10 days, something like that. Granted, I do have a little bit more cheat meals now that I got this position that I'm in now at work, because I'm out a lot. But I still try to find places that I can still get, decent food. Sometimes, though, I want a burger. Sometimes, though, I want to drink a little bit more beer than I should. Here's the thing. When I do those things, if my blood sugar has been or is a little bit higher than I want it to be, fight the temptation. Do not do it. But if my blood sugar is where I want it to be, and I can manage it through with what I'm doing, with food I'm taking in or whatever the case, then it's okay. Just be smart about it. Take accountability. Friends and everybody going out to Whataburger or Burger King or Wendy's or whatever the case, and can't have it, don't have it. Take that bread off. You know, there's a lot of people that I work with. Sometimes we'll go to burger joints and ripping the bread off, and I don't get no fries, and I just eat the 3 patties of meat and the veggies that come on it. You know, gotta be smart about it. But you can't have your cheat meals. Just be smart about it. Hold yourself accountable for what you're doing. Dialectic diabetic here. Cheers, y'all. Be great.